into our Real Housewives of Rhode Island review, season 1, episode 3rd, as also best would call it. This episode was titled Saturday Night Fever Dream. What is with the Studio 54? I feel like I've been discussing Studio 54 for a week now. Between Beverly Hills, there was some other show I did independently. They discussed it. What is it with Studio 54?
What is Studio 54? Like, what is that?
I believe it was like a club era. I had watched like a whole like slew of documentaries on it. Just an era where people was coming, going to the club, getting lit. Kyle Richards was a kid in Studio 54, which tells you things about her mama. But it's a thing. To me, it's just telling people your age. But, let's welcome in Shani.
Hey, Shani.
And let's welcome in James. I forgot to welcome in James. James is here. He does have a channel as well. He does work night shifts, so he joins when able, but we are happy to hear him or have him here. Welcome in. Welcome in. There are also other great Black creators in the description of this video whose content I enjoy, such as, hi DM Rocks, Miss Sandra Pease, Gen Extra. She said, Mrs. Best and James, didn't watch, but listening to historical. I thought that you did a review for Housewives. Maybe I was looking at her Atlanta.
A lot of people aren't touching this one, so
really,
I don't know why. Yeah, a lot of I was asking a lot of content creators, "Are you doing Real Housewives of Rhode Island?" Like, no, we're not gonna touch this one. And I'm like, this is one of the better ones for me.
Sandra P said historical nightclub. I'm like, what the hell? That's all I could seem to get from it on the internet. Please let us know. I don't go to studio. I don't even like the club. I'm weird. Studio 54 is a club in New York City where all the big names went to back in the day, and they did a lot of drugs in there.
Oh, okay. DM Rocks, why is Liz your favorite? I'm curious.
You said get Rula off your screen. I'm actually not against that. I'm not against Rula coming off our screen after this episode.
I wanted this episode. This is where she lost me too. Yeah.
Oh Lord, Sandra said not on episode 3 yet. Y'all are ahead of the crowd. Keep replaying, please. Will do. I'm trying to be on time. I was watching this while working, hoping that I don't regret that tomorrow with certain clients. But we'll see when we see, right? But the episode starts with Kelsey or not Kelsey. Jesus, I always mix them up. Rosie. I am learning this cast. And I am not trying to offend any of the colorless that come into this live, but sometimes y'all be looking the same. And when I look at this cast photo, aside from my black ass Demon Slayer animated style, whatever photo, they all look the same.
They really do.
I get them mixed up.
And what was funny is I thought that was Dolores right there. I know that's Liz now, but I thought that was Dolores right there. And I was like, I thought Dolores was just going to be a friend to the show. Why is she in the main?
Dolores isn't even doing friend to the show right, because Dolores is boring. Dolores pops up at events with Paulie's redneck ass. Drinks, giggles, the ladies, oh my gosh, Dolores over her, and then that's it. But she's not bringing anything.
What they said she was going to bring. Yeah, y'all.
She's not.
Why are y'all hyping Dolores up?
We're also the same age, or almost the same age. Gen X. Gen X is fun. Gen X are the people that with age get funner.
I'm iffy with Liz. So my dynamic is going to change a lot because this is only the first season, but I'm not feeling Liz right now. Something about her energy that's off for me, and I don't know why. So far, the only ones I like are Kelsey, Joellen, and then Joellen made it to my good side, surprisingly. And the news reporter. I forgot her name.
Rosie. I keep forgetting, because Rosie and Kelsey, I keep getting them mixed up.
And Rosie actually is coming over to I didn't like her the first episode, but I'm actually understanding her a little bit better now. She still give me lightweight Karen, but she give me Karen issues. But so far, she's not that bad.
Let's see, they look very similar, as the kids say, different fonts.
I like that.
Because I was confused on who is who. I'll be fighting for my life, pausing, like, which one is this? It's a lot. DM Rock says Dolores introduced this cast to Andy, by the way. I do know that. I do know that Dolores is part of why we have this. And honestly, if Dolores introduced this cast to Andy, then Dolores needs to be taken off of New Jersey because her and Teresa together will never work. And they need to maybe give her a job in the background helping them cast or facilitate for new shows because you're
But
good.
my thing is this: even though Dolores introduced this cast to Andy, it's still, why does she need to be involved in the scenes and
She
everything? Like, why does
doesn't.
she need to be a friend of the show? Like, she could have just introduced them and then let the chips fall where they may. And I do agree with you because she's never going to hold Teresa accountable on New Jersey, so I don't know what that's supposed to do or what that's supposed to bring. But I think Dolores is one of those people. She's like, as I said, she's loyal to a fault. Like when I tell you Teresa know where the bodies is buried, because she is not turning on Teresa. She's not going to do it.
She's not. She is not. She's definitely not. But Rosie and her husband I guess they bought a 1-bedroom house or with a 3-car garage.
That was a man's house. That is a
It had
man's
to be.
house.
Why do
That
you
was
need 3 cars and
what are
1 bedroom?
Well, 1 bedroom. That didn't make no sense to me. I was like, a 3-car garage over a
Who did
1 bedroom
that?
level. That was definitely a man's house. I'm
You
sorry,
know,
that was a man's
this
house.
is people who build shit like this. Y'all got real estate agents everywhere effed up. Do you know how hard it is to sell that to somebody?
I wouldn't even list that. I would be like,
Beautiful 1-bedroom, 1-bath with a 3-car garage. Huh?
unless it's a single man that I know got a good car collection, I'm not showing this house.
Or someone with hella pets. You could
That
turn this
too.
garage. You could put the horse in here, the dogs next door.
Or someone who does like auto body, like workshop or something, someone who would need that. But no, that's definitely a man's house. Like that was definitely,
That's
even though it,
one way to say I ain't having kids. I don't need no bitch. I don't. Because what? But her husband flips houses a lot. It seems like the East Coast women's husbands do that because I believe Joe Gorga did that. Joe Giudice was doing that illegally and legally. A lot of them get into that. But Rosie says she feels bad for Joe Ellen. That's really the only thing from the scene that was worthwhile. It kind of surprised me because I'm like, Joe Ellen has been so cruel to you. I don't know if you guys know, but Mrs. Best, once you're a bitch to me, I don't like wish harm onto you. But if you go through something, I'm not going to be like, oh, that's too bad. I'm probably going to be like, karma, big bitch spins the block. I'm just, that's just how I am. But she seems to feel a way about Joe Ellen. Before I move forward into Liz on this bike ride in the park, how do you feel about her feeling bad for Joe Ellen or the first little nothing scene of that show?
to me, it didn't make sense because, like you just said, Joe Ellen wasn't the most warm to Rosie. So I kind of feel like maybe she's just being empathetic because of what the situation was, and maybe that's where she felt bad. But it didn't make sense to me either. I was all like, I wouldn't care one way or the other. That's what her ass get.
Yeah,
Actually, it's not what her ass get though, because what happened to her was fucked up. Like, yeah, we're gonna get to that in a minute. But I just feel like I wouldn't feel anyway. But like, well, girl, sucks for you. Hope it works out. Good
especially
luck.
when you're mean to me for no reason.
Yeah.
Nobody likes a mean girl, but that's just me. Liz is biking through this park with her husband. It was a beautiful park.
It was.
And she talks to Jerry about these Dino rumors. Dino is the friend. Jerry is her husband, for those who are not aware, because I know we still get to know these people. There's rumors going around that Alicia made us aware of at the last episode about Liz and her friend, Dino. And, Liz threw me off this episode just because Jerry seems super chill. He corroborated everything that Liz was saying as it relates to her story. Liz is basically saying that when her husband got into sport fishing, it took him away from the home for 4 out of 5 days a week. During the week, she was lonely, and she says that her and her husband prior to that had spent every day together. Once that happened, they did not. And so her husband said to his friend Jerry, or their friend Jerry, hey, look out for her. And apparently looking out for your friend's wife is going to the club, partying, kicking it, hanging out, being seen all over town together to points where people think that they are in a relationship. Now, if the husband would have said what he said about asking him to look out and being appreciative of it, I would have been like, okay, whatever, let's move on. But Liz is still bothered even after her husband on camera corroborated her story, which makes me look at it different. And I'm going to come back to that again at the end of the show. But Liz is going to have a Studio 54 party. That's all we learned. But how'd you feel about the conversation she had with her mans?
Um, I feel so conflicted with this because one, it doesn't look as innocent as she's trying to make it seem. And the fact that she's trying to get ahead of all of this versus if your husband is really friends with this man and y'all relationship is copacetic like you say it is, why do you need to explain this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because there should already be some level of understanding. And if there are rumors around there, your husband should be well aware of them and just laugh them off the same way you are, right? So I don't know. Liz, to me, that's why I said I'm iffy with her because I feel like why are you so gun ho on trying to make sure this does not get life when it doesn't have life unless you give it to it? Like, who cares the fuck that there's a rumors going? Y'all live in a small ass state. I'm sure there's rumors about everybody. I'm sure if someone saw the crack of your ass, there's gonna be a blog about it in the next day. So it's small there. The hell?
The crack of your ass is crazy, James. It's actually insane. But I always say, listen, rumors are bad. A lot of times they come from nowhere, but I think the reaction that one has, who the rumor is about, will tell you if it's true or not. And Liz is not helping her case.
She's not.
She's just not. She's just really not. Jo Ellen says that Rula's husband reached out to her job, and she's pissed about it. She does have a right to be pissed about it because no matter what, we could be messy all day and talk crap about each other and stuff. But when it comes to professions, I don't think that's an area. I think it's unprofessional to play with someone's profession.
Absolutely.
I hope that made sense.
No, it definitely did. Continue.
Okay. Because you just never know in the world if this person that you've interacted with and tried to snitch on somebody else for something to happen in your personal life, what if one day they become the CFO of your company or you have to interview with them for a job? Like, what will you do? That be happening here in the Bay Area, so I'm sure it happens over there as well. But they're upset. What actually happened is they're explaining it as Rula's husband Brian contacted marketing at Jo Ellen's job in addition to HR, human resources, in addition to writing an email to her supervisor. So at first I was like, is this really that big of a deal? But to learn that Jo Ellen is not Rula and her husband's rep, because it sounds like she works in like medical or pharmaceutical sales, I believe. There's no reason for them to have contacted her employer. So it's like the employer doesn't know who the hell you are. They're just like, why is this random rich guy calling us about one of our reps? And he told them in his complaint that Jo Ellen was telling people that he had an affair. And of course, it got back to her. I think this is one of the things where people are going to disagree with me on how I feel. But Jo Ellen, this is why you mind your business. Nobody would have called your job. Nothing like this would have happened if you would have mind your business. Just because you hear a rumor doesn't mean you have to repeat it. You repeated it to Rula and she was appreciative. And then you went and repeated it to a bunch of other people, which made no sense since, as you say, it was already online and everybody knew about it. So why are you repeating and spreading it? That's what I do feel she was wrong for that. Just mind your business. But to Rula's husband, why are you calling someone's job because you're mad they're telling people you cheated? In the words of Molly from 90 Day Fiance, if you don't want anybody to know that you cheated, then stop thinking with your pecker and use your brain. You should not have cheated on your wife. You agreed to a photo that somebody else took, so you was recklessly cheating. You were in public, let people take pictures of you being affectionate and all of this crazy stuff. But I'm looking at it like the only victim in this I see is Rula. I mean, I thought she called, but it was her husband. And he probably called because she was mad at him and was probably like, do something about it. But how do you feel about learning more about the HR thing? I know they're going to talk at the end, but
At this point, I'll speak from this point because I still kind of felt the same as I did when I watched the end of it. I kind of, to me, felt like if it was really a circumstance to where this lady was spreading rumors, she wasn't on the clock spreading this rumor. And it wasn't even so much that it was a rumor. She shared it with your wife first. Your wife asked for the information from her and then responded and probably confronted you and then got mad because she was the one who sent it. Like, to me, this is one of those situations where I say, why are we mad at the messenger instead of the message? Once again, he had no right. I'm sorry. I get what people are saying that she shouldn't have ran her mouth. I totally agree with y'all. But at the end of the day, it doesn't take away the fact that you still had the affair. You still were public with the affair because you weren't hiding it from anybody. You were in a place where you could be seen with said woman. So that could have got out any other way aside
you
from
cannot
Joellen.
be mad at Joellen for spreading
Yes,
something when your discretion is the problem. That's why I
right.
say the only bad thing, in my opinion, Joellen did was continue to discuss this and share the image with people after she told Rula about it. But
Even
again,
still, that doesn't mean
you're
call my job, call HR, and
she
call
didn't though, her
marketing.
husband did. But I'm saying for
Yeah, for him.
Rula does have a right to feel away, and Joellen was wrong because the way that she's spreading this rumor does hurt Rula. And if the tables was turned, Joellen gives me that clear lady that would be, we've got children and we don't want them to be impacted. Rula's got children too. So
No, I
Joellen
get it. Yeah.
she was wrong, but the only part of it is like a little mini wrong.
Yeah.
She told people about something that was online. And I truly believe, even though she seems messy, I truly believe she told the group about it online because it was already online. You probably figure somebody will see it. I do believe her with that. But Brian, that nigga ain't shit. We'll get to him later.
Yeah,
He's
that's why I'm saying.
horrible.
That's why
He's
I'm holding my
absolutely
tongue.
horrible. Liz was live with Portia. I saw. That's why I didn't watch. If Portia's on Watch What Happens Live, I don't watch. I'm sorry. But if there was anything juicy, please let
Yeah,
me know.
please let us know because I didn't watch either. I didn't feel like, first of all, I didn't feel like hearing Portia lie about this
Right.
whole bullshit that she can't give the receipts on. Portia, post the receipts on social media since you
It's
know
been
the truth.
months.
It's been
Post it
months.
up.
Post it up. That's what I want to see.
Because until the receipts come, it's looking like Portia didn't learn her lesson from that season years and years ago where we lost Miss Fei for all them years. I feel like Portia, but we'll get to Portia. True, you can't dictate a response. She went low then too. That's true.
Yeah,
That is true. I think he's still cheating.
me too.
Yes. Of course he's still cheating. He just gonna magically stop. He got caught. He didn't come clean. If a
Yeah.
person comes clean, they may stop cheating. But if you get caught, you had no intention. You just caught.
Oh, he gonna stop cheating now because she on TV.
I don't think
You
he'll
know,
stop.
no, I think he will.
They got money. I feel like he might pull. He seems like a guy who'll start to have people sign NDAs. If you call in people's jobs, he seems like somebody that will go to the ends of the earth and the basement of hell, as Kiwad says, just so he can keep cheating. He'll find a way.
He'll find a
He
way, but
will.
I don't think it's gonna be as active as he doing it now because this looks like
Oh
this was
no,
over
he'll
some time.
probably have to get like a mistress, like a
Yeah.
solid one, and
Like Bill, like that's what they remind me of. They remind me of Bill and Jennifer Aiden. This is what this reminds me of.
yes, literally down to I believe some of the culture is similar. Sandra P said Brian needs to stay out of women's business. I didn't like Brian getting into women's business, and I didn't like Joellen's husband getting into it, which we'll discuss. I didn't like how any of the men moved this episode, if we're being entirely honest. They all moved weird. But we meet Kelsey's other boyfriend, who's not her boyfriend. His name is William, but he goes by Bill. He's shaped funny and his pants are too tight. He's known her for some time, like since middle school or something. Their families know each other. Apparently, her parents are okay and aware that the way that Kelsey dates, the multiple men, the never having children and just being with a man's girlfriend for half of the year, but living in his house the full year. Like, I bet her parents are okay with it because she's breaking them off something nice. I wouldn't have shit to say, oh, if that's how you want to live your life, daughter, then that's fine. send me over the newest piece of cookware from Aisha Curry or something. Like, I'm sure the mama is aware but okay with it because of that. But apparently the mamas, they love Bill. I was like, huh? Your parents love your side nigga? I've never, maybe I live my life differently, or maybe I've lived it wrong, but I've never heard of people introducing their side pieces to their parents. But she says when talking to Bill that once she knows that her relationship with the other rich guy is going in the direction she wants it to go, then she'll make a decision. I'm like, why are you in a relationship and you don't know the direction it's going, but you've been with this person for 10 years? If you don't know what direction your relationship is going after 10 years, you should probably leave your relationship. But Kelsey knows which direction her relationship is going. She's just no longer okay with the terms of her relationship.
Yep.
Which have never changed. So I'm like, are we supposed to feel sorry for this girl? Because she got all
because she's stupid. And I said this episode one when I was here. She's stupid because one, that house is not in your name. Like an idiot. Like that house will 10 years, this house would be in my name. I would have so much security. To me, it just seems like she's living on a blank. Like, you need to have security. You've been with this man all this time. You mean you ain't pocketed shit?
That's the part that I don't get. And then it sounds like she wants to be with Bill. She says Bill is successful, but she says that the reason that she is not exclusively with Bill is because he cannot provide her the lifestyle that she currently has from the other boyfriend. And I said, this bitch is delusional, because most men, even men who are rich, cannot provide the lifestyle of Kelsey's boyfriend. If y'all look him up in his family and what he comes from, his money runs very, very long. His money's so long, he may be in an Epstein file, allegedly. Okay? His money runs long in that way. So I think it's unfair and unrealistic. And I think this is why a lot of people are there. One person can take you on a date. It could be the fanciest thing. You could do that dinner in the sky, take a private jet to it, and end up in a hot air balloon ride that ends well. Not like that movie. And it could be everything, but that doesn't, the next person may just take you to Chili's. That can also be everything. It's not fair to compare your ex to your next, or vice versa, or whoever you're talking to, because some people may have it and just not willing to spend it until they really know you. That's what the real money does. Yep. As quiet as it's kept. But I don't know what Kelsey's doing. She says she doesn't want to work. She's a pretty girl, but she's not that pretty. What are we doing? You're working on this show, Kelsey. Do you realize that? But I feel like she'll get her Housewives check and then leave them. It's giving
not this soon. No, it is giving Ashley.
But I'm saying in general, her time on the show, she's gonna collect her Housewives checks until she gets her good amount, and then I feel like she'll leave him. I don't think she's gonna stay with this guy until she starts bringing in income. And
I agree.
She's not getting anything.
No, I agree. It's one hell of a storyline. I will give her that. This is one hell of a storyline. This is one hell of a triangle. But what I will say is that I still think she's fucking stupid, because the fact that this man can drop your ass tomorrow since you publicly are going around, because most men don't like they women entertaining other men, even though they got 2 or 3 half of them they damn selves. So most of them, he gonna kick your ass out that house. And then this is where I said you're fucking stupid, because there's no way he would have had that house and my name not be on it.
After 10 years, still in the house that she lives in with the other.
I don't think she.
Or did they go somewhere else?
They went somewhere else. They went. She didn't have him. No, I don't think she's that stupid. But I think that she, like I said, she misses some crumbs on that house. Better, maybe the house is in her name, and maybe
James, that house is not in her name.
I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. I'm trying
that house. The man don't
like her, but
he don't even want to bring the bitch with him. She doesn't work, and he said, "I'm gonna leave you alone in this house for 6 months out of the year." When you could easily, if I didn't work and my husband made the money that her man has, you would never catch me. I'd always be with him. What they say, Mr. Best say, you go keep the coochie close. That's what most men would do if they love their wife or their girlfriend and have the money and the means. This man said, I'm leaving this bitch alone with Maria, the housekeeper, for 6 months out the year. Okay? Run up the credit card, do whatever you want to do, but I'm not going to see you for 6 months, which is insane because I'm sure he can. I'm sure he can. Sandra says she don't want to lose the benefits of them 79 TVs. Is there like a control room in the house? Like, why do they have 79
I'm
TVs?
trying to figure it out too. Maybe he's a gamer, and maybe one of them rooms, he got TV all of on all the walls and
You can
stuff.
only play so many damn games at once.
But maybe I don't know. I don't know. The house is
It's
immaculate.
beautiful.
I
It
can't.
is.
I listen. I can't begrudge them. That house is beautiful. But like I said, she an idiot if it's not in her name. Because there's no way I would be with somebody for 10 years. He that rich and that house ain't in my name. I'm
I
sorry. I
need
got to have.
something. We
I
need a
need something.
notarized form signed.
Listen, I need either you need to give me 1 or 2 cars. I need you to build me another house. Then I need something. If I gave you 10 years of my life, allowed you to cheat with some heifer in Miami, yeah, no, I need something. Like, I'm not going to walk out with the clothes on my back. I'm sorry. I need a slew of shit.
I'm hoping Kelsey is smart. And if she ever feels like her storyline gets stale, all she has to do is explain to us how she's been preparing to leave. That's it. I want to know where the
Right.
money's going. I want to know it all. I want to know it all.
I know. Do you go to the
Oh,
ATM and get $500 every day? Just I don't know. Just something. Just let
right.
me know
James is
something.
Denzel in that meme with Jamie Foxx. He said, I'm from round the way. I'm leaving here with something.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, Sandra, I'm leaving with something. You're not gonna have me up in no house for no 10 goddamn years, and that house is not mine. I'm sorry.
No.
Give me
You
that
know
damn
what's
deed.
funny?
Yeah.
My mom has been married a few times. That's probably why me and my siblings are different. But she used to always tell me when I started dating, like, mind you, I was a late dater. Make sure that if he ever give you $100, you save 20 and put it in your purse and hide it. If he give you $400, you save three of it and keep it to yourself. I was like, huh? What are we doing? If they don't put it in your name, you make the nigga pay rent. I used to feel like something is wrong with my mother. Something is really wrong with
I
her. But
mean,
she did
no,
the best.
she got a point. That's a point because let me tell you, Kelsey. The reason why I said that, I feel like Kelsey gonna get fucked over by the end of the season when this
I
man
do.
watch this shit and see that she entertaining this man. That's
Oh,
why
he
I
can watch it
said,
and see that she's contemplating a
yeah,
relationship. And he could be like, well, while
exactly.
you figure out if you want to be with me, bitch, let me get my credit card back.
Credit cards, give me back my driver. Get out my fucking house. You can go to your mama house. Like, I'm telling you, that's why I said, that's why I felt like that house must be in her name. Cause she bold as a motherfucker for doing it. I wouldn't do shit.
James said,
I
I'm going
wouldn't
to be
even go.
quiet.
I
I'm going
wouldn't
to
even go
behave.
outside. Joellen called me, girl. I can't come over to the house. I can't go out. I got to be in this house, and I got to be using a Clorox wipe every 2 seconds to show this man I'm cleaning up. No, hell no, Joellen, bring your ass here because I'm not going nowhere.
She's tripping. If I
Yeah,
got
she's tripping.
even so, I wouldn't have me a second boyfriend. I just accept what I accepted.
Okay, exactly. And try to find a plan B to get this house in my name and get 2 of them cars in my name and try to figure out how I can finesse this situation and what kind of lingerie I need to be buying to get some of this shit. Because that
Lord
seemed to be
help
the
us.
only way that he responded to shit is if you give it up. So I need to make sure, but like, baby, hit this deed real quick. Why don't you sign this house over to me? You can build you another one way over there on the
She's
next block.
tripping. She's
She tripping because
tripping, but
I show would be finessing right now.
if not this house, a house. What
A
about the
house,
one
yeah,
over
it's
here?
other. Okay, you got. What about that one over there in the corner that you ain't seen in 10 years? That
Not the
house,
one in
I'll
the
take
corner.
that
No,
one.
I cannot. Shout out to our replay gang, the people watching when we no longer live. We appreciate y'all for watching. Lord help us. And shout out to the new subscribers. I am 6 away from 800. It's a slow process, but I am grateful for those who support the channel. Alicia and Liz meet up because Liz is mad as hell at Alicia. She said, I've known her for years, and she letting everybody know and bringing up this Dino rumor and on camera. And Alicia immediately apologized. He said she wasn't meaning to put Liz on blast and that she's an open book and figured, you know, that Liz would be too, considering they own a show, which does make sense. But
Alicia, it
it's
makes sense in hindsight, but you're not
messy.
supposed to share that kind of shit.
At
Like
a
it's
table with people that
at a
she's
table
still
with
getting
people.
to
That's
know
that's
on TV.
different. That's way different. It's one thing if you share she got a ketchup addiction or she got Shouldn't like anchovies on her pizza. Some it's one thing to share some shit like that where yeah, it's embarrassing, but or weird, but it's fine. People got weird shit. But you sharing about a whole rumor about some shit she probably don't want to have it see the light anymore. You sharing shit like that, I would be mad as hell at you. You couldn't even walk in my house no more. This is very forgiving. That her and Dolores are more alike than I would think, because Dolores is forgiving too. Yeah,
Yeah, I
so
wouldn't
there's no
forgive
way.
my I mean, I would forgive and just never invite them around groups or tell her nothing from there. Oh, but they make peace with that. Alicia then opens up. I'd like to point out this is a healthy way to have a collection or obsession with dolls. I covered a show called Love During Lockup, and there was a lady on there who had a doll, and it was a very unhealthy attachment. And I spoke about that, and she didn't like it. She got very angry at Mrs. Best. She told me that I hated all people and literally compared me to a California black bear.
Meanwhile, she looked like the black Cindy Lauper, but that's not
She
here
really
nor
did.
there.
But I'd like to point out that this is the healthy way to have a collection of dolls. What Alicia does. She even let her kids play with them. Now, Alicia opens up to us about why she's not married, because she's been with her fiance and engaged to her fiance now for like 9 years. It sounds like she has lost count. She says the reason she has not gotten married is because she grew up with a bunch of women in her household. All of them are divorced. She definitely has trauma from her parents' divorce, because she went, sounds like when she was 16 years old, it sounds like her parents divorced. After the divorce, her dad has not spoken to her. That was when she was 16 years old. She's now, as Miss Sandra said, a Gen Xer, which means she is in her 40s, maybe her 50s.
She's 41.
Yes. So she is old enough to, work through stuff, but some people don't always, especially different generations. I feel like millennials, well, it's not a feeling from what I study in school. I am in graduate school for it, but millennials are one of the first generations that can go in either direction, and we're also one of the first to thoroughly embrace and encourage others into things like counseling, talk therapy. Gen X is one of them. We just working, very career focused, great work ethics. They had other stuff to worry about, as every generation does. But I don't quite understand with Alicia why she is not like maybe tried to go to therapy or any of that, or maybe she talked about that and they cut it out. But she essentially doesn't want to marry her husband because she hasn't seen successful marriages. She does not like that when her parents divorced, not only did she stop having a relationship with her father, but she went and had to live with her grandparents and her mother, which was traumatizing for her because her dad left them with nothing. And her current fiance, who at this point, if you don't want to get married, just say that's your partner. That's your life partner. If you're not going to get married, I mean, hell, or call him your husband. Yandy and Mendices do it. Why can't they? But she don't want to marry him because, in addition to her drama, this man presented her with a prenuptial agreement. She had the sense to read it with an attorney, and the attorney explained to her that he wasn't going to leave her with nothing. And I mean nothing. So she didn't like that. She didn't sign. Her name is also not on the home that she lives in. And she also made it seem like she hates asking him for money and alluded to, and he has this power trip. I was a housewife for years. Anytime I had to ask Mr. Best for money, I did not feel like it was a power trip. The only time I would feel uncomfortable asking him for money, and he is right here next to me as my witness, but the only time I would feel uncomfortable asking my husband for money is if it's like, damn, I already asked him for $100 before. Damn, and I had him pay the Comcast bill. Do I really need to ask for the cash? Like stuff like that. But I never felt like there was a power struggle. I think if you feel a power struggle asking someone for money and then they present you with a prenuptial agreement saying that if it doesn't work out, they don't want you to have shit and they don't want your name to go on the home that you're living in and making feel like a home to him, because men don't do that. They don't. They just don't. I feel like just break up with him. Or you could have had your attorney give him a prenup back that's compromised. Like, I need to know more about what's going on, but I don't think Alicia's happy in her relationship. What do you think?
Hell no, she's not happy. And what the fuck is wrong with y'all women out there? Why ain't nobody's name on these houses? Why are y'all letting these men finagle y'all into not putting y'all names on houses that y'all been in for over a decade. I don't understand that. If so far it is Kelsey and it is Alicia. Why are y'all living in houses that y'all names are not in? At any moment, these motherfuckers can call the police and get y'all put out or go to the courthouse and get y'all evicted when they get mad at y'all asses. What the hell is wrong with y'all? First and foremost. And then second of all, he crazy. First of all, why don't you rebuttal that prenup? Y'all been together 10 years. Why don't you rebuttal that prenup every year and say, hey, I've been with you a year. I'm not trying to get half of your shit. I just want to make sure I'm okay until I can start my life over. Y'all, sometimes spousal support is not what you can get out of somebody. It's literally so you can maintain the stability of lifestyle and so you can get back on your feet. That's the whole
It's
point
what
of
it's
it.
always about.
But
That's the
that's not
whole
how people look
purpose.
at it. And that's why I have to reiterate that. Because people
Yeah.
don't look at it like that. People look at it that, oh, you were able to finagle and, finesse him out of his money. Ooh, you winning, girl. No, it's never been that. And I hate that people have made it about that because it makes it hard for people who really do need it because they're taking out of their environment a lot of the times and then put in this lifestyle. And now because you want to dump me, now I have to figure out my life all over again. Probably have not worked in quite some time. So now I have to get acclimated to skills that I probably lost.
You know what
And
they need to do? They need to just make it to where married or not, if someone is living with you, the moment that they start living with you, if something happens like a breakup or something, then those people should be able to get spousal and all of that too. Because people unfortunately do make choices like this to live with each other and be in these situations. Not everybody wants to get married. Some people don't believe in it. Some people don't have the means to do it. But I don't know. We're gonna move forward. Um, Alicia, come back
girl,
to us when you're in therapy or something.
right. You need, yeah, you
Like,
need some serious counseling, some serious, like some deep rooted issues. If this allows you, one, to have a man who will actually think this less of you to not give you a fucking thing, not even the house you live in. And you talking about you was engaged him all this damn time and you ain't think that was the sign to get the
but
fuck
what did
on?
she do before him? I think that's also a valid question. Now, if
Yes.
before him she had a job and stuff, I would say get back into that. Counter your prenup, just say what's mine is mine, what's yours is yours. But if you just been a housewife since you had your baby, that was dumb. That was dumb. Yes, people have kids all the time without being married, but when you're having kids without being married, you do need to think about certain things.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I hope she figures it out. But Rula has an event for her Lebanese and Syrian community. We will not be here long. I want to eat dinner tonight. Um, Rula's clearly hurting from the cheating that her husband Brian did. She is not over it. I don't expect for her to get over it quickly. Here's what I found odd though. I found it odd she did not want to talk about her first divorce and seemed upset with the production people for pointing out that she's been divorced before because she says in Lebanese and Syrian culture, divorce is frowned upon. True, that is a fact. And in certain religious practices, it is frowned upon, but it does still happen. And you are over here. You're also not married to nobody who is Lebanese or of Syrian culture. So that's an American man. He know if he cheat, he might have to get a divorce. You better stand up, Rula. But Rula's gonna be on some BS. Apparently her family wouldn't like it. Is there anything from that scene you wanted to add? The food looked good.
It did look good. I ain't gonna lie. I wanted to play it myself. But no, I don't have anything to add just because I feel like to me I came into this liking Rula and now I have a whole bunch of question marks over her face that I really need her to clear up within these next few episodes.
Yeah, I think we all feel the same because we're
Yeah.
a little lost right now, Rula. Ashley and her husband have a date night. They still don't mesh to the show to me. This is the one person who doesn't blend with the cast. But I saw a little like tree that showed like how everybody on Rhode Island connects online, and I've been reading stuff, and it looks like Ashley is here because she was on The Bachelorette and because Kelsey, or not Kelsey, Rosie needed an ally because she's really good friends with Rosie. Um, but she's still crying about how her husband doesn't seem fulfilled with his job. Mine don't either, bitch. I'm not crying.
I mean,
Okay.
nobody. Okay,
He
here's the
comes
thing.
home, he be stressed out. I try to be nice to him. That's all you could do. Like a lot of people are unfulfilled in their jobs right now in this economy.
Yeah.
Like it's unfortunate. And no, this is not a presidential or, but I mean, I guess it can be political because certain people are responsible for the economy. But people have been struggling, it seemed like, since 2008.
Right. Since,
And even before then. So I'm
before
just like,
then. So yeah, it's kind of been a constant struggle. And with things only getting more expensive, it's become even more difficult to
it's
maintain
hard.
a
But
life for yourself.
why
But
is
did
her
he really want
husband?
to open up that coffee shop? Like,
It
was that
sounds like he just wanted something from what she explained. It sounds like he opened this coffee shop because he wanted to have something substantial financially that he could rely on outside of influencing. Because being on reality TV and being an influencer does not pay the bills long term. It pays the bills for some of the year, some of it, and you hope that they'll hit you up so that you can pay them again in the following year. So I don't know what they're doing. I don't care for this storyline, but all I know is this man is not fulfilled. The coffee machine is about to break. The ice machine is broken, and the mechanic can't be on his way for some time. And now something else, the oven, is making noises. They say that this is financially impacting them, but he walked across the street so that they could have date night at what looked to be a pricier Italian restaurant.
Yeah, every restaurant they done went to, with
If
the
you
exception of Alicia's Pizza, man's pizza place, everything look expensive. So I don't
so
understand
I'm
why
like,
we
maybe
going out
y'all
to.
life wouldn't be so hard. Have date night at home.
Right, because I'm sure that $300 that y'all just paid for this dinner can go to fixing that oven or that ice machine or something.
I just
You can't,
can't.
girl, you can't throw a lasagna in the oven and get some garlic bread and a green salad.
If you don't go right, whatever it
Like,
is,
yeah, it's
I
like,
feel
come
like
on.
that would give them more time together too. And then he's like, we only got the nanny for like an hour and a half. So
Right.
y'all about to spend all this money on dinner that you could have ate at home just to have to go home and feed your kids, and you only booked the nanny for an hour and a half. When I was 18, 19, I nannied for people. A lot of parents would go on date nights and stuff. They'd be gone for 4 or 6 hours. You booked the nanny for 2 hours. She
Maybe
just
that's
gonna
all.
look at the kid and watch Sesame Street because
Maybe
there ain't
that's all they could afford. True, you just never know. You
if
know.
you then why are you at dinner? You know what, Ashley, I want you to give more because right now you're just here as Rosie's friend and you could have been a friend of. You could have been a friend of. I'm not trying to be mean. I know she's married. I know that some people might be excited because she was on The Bachelorette or Bachelor in Paradise, whatever the fuck they were on, but I don't think she's Housewives material. I don't. I don't dislike her. I have nothing bad to say about her. I think her and her husband will be okay, but I don't think they fit the world of Housewives. Just um. Ugh. Oh, more dates. Rosie also went on a date with her husband. Um, her husband is corny. She did say that. She was like, I love being married to him, but he's corny. And I saw that he was corny, but I feel like she's corny also and doesn't realize it. And so it works. But we learn more about Rosie not wanting no kids. She says she'd be okay with not having kids because she hasn't ever felt the urge. And she feels like her mother didn't either and just did it to do it. And she felt like she wasn't wanted. She says that her mother flipped out on her when she had her wedding because she was not going to have a Catholic wedding. So they gave in to her mom flipping out and they had a Catholic wedding. My mama would have been told either you going to sit at the front where it's for mom or you don't have to come. I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do. It's your wedding, people. If you do not actively believe in whatever someone suggests for your wedding, remember it is yours. Everyone else there just gets to eat for free. It's your wedding. But nothing really happened with Rosie. She just told us that she always felt like she had to be perfect with her mom, which is interesting because she went into a career that requires you to be perfect to a certain extent. But I don't have much and I want to move on, but let's get James's opinion before we do so because I didn't get much from Rosie's date with her
I didn't
husband.
get much. Yeah, I didn't get
They
much from
healthy.
this either. They seem like they're fine. They seem like they love each other. It doesn't seem like there's no fuck shit, bullshit, or whatever shit that they could have concocted for reality TV. It seems like this is a normal little couple, very cute and not living above their means, which we can appreciate.
Yeah, good for them. I like Rosie with the ladies. This is how it should be with Housewives, though. Let your husband be simple or funny or
Yeah,
quirky.
y'all live in y'all one bedroom with a 3-car garage. Yeah, we here for it.
He's flipping it. He said he's going to turn that one bedroom into a 5,000 square foot home. I said, all right. I would love to see it when it's finished.
Me too, because
Don't
that's
pull.
gonna be something else. Because I can't see the vision. I just don't know who the hell would architect this house. But
They had
that's not the end
hella
of it.
land, though.
They
So I
did
feel like
though.
they can, but I just want to wait because 3 little car garage at that. Um, we get to Liz and Jerry, or we get to Liz's husband Jerry's birthday party. Everyone arrives. He is obviously a very friendly person. He had hella friends. And I'm actually about to do not a birthday party, but a birthday event. I have James, I have my other bestie, and I have my other bestie driving in from Jackson, Mississippi. That's it. I have other people, but I don't want them around because they don't know how to act. But that's it. And I'm looking at Jerry. I said, damn, the house is full. Upstairs is full. I know your neighbors was mad at parking that day. But they have a nice event. Everyone showed up to the event. I like how this cast has been doing with that. The cast shows up regardless of issue, regardless of drama. They show up instead of pulling Potomac's, Atlanta's, Salt Lake City's, and not showing up and thinking it's entertaining us. Like, no, we're watching the show for you to engage. But Jo Ellen is the last to come. And she came in with a gang of people. I don't like people like her. If I invite you somewhere, don't show up to my house with 4 people. A +1 is enough.
Right.
A +1 is enough. Don't do that. But Jo Ellen, I don't think she fully has coof. But as soon as Jo Ellen and her husband get there, they want to go speak with Rula and her husband. Because Jo Ellen's husband was like, yeah, I'm going to check them because why is my wife and her this and that? Shut up, sir. You was fucking her sister not long ago, and I'm not letting go of that. I don't understand why he came in there all big and bona fide and having such a big opinion. Be quiet, sir. You
that must have been the sister that they were walking in with. She looked like Meredith. It actually kind of scared me a little bit. I was like, why is Meredith here?
I'm just looking like Jo Ellen and her husband are doing the most, but I feel like not now, but maybe down the line when the babies get a little older and she got to pay attention to other stuff. Because right now she's working full time in addition to raising small kids. Other stuff will come out. Because I never trust a marriage where the woman says, I chased him for years. And after he dated your family, okay, okay, girl. But they go talk to Rula and her husband, Brian. And by the way, Rula and her husband on the way to the party and exiting the party. This is the example of a couple that's relationship is dead. They had nothing to say to each other on the way there. He couldn't even compliment her outfit. He was like, I mean, it's a little revealing, but don't complain about her being revealing when you was kissing a half-naked hoe on the internet, sir. Like, I do not like Rula's husband at all. But they have the talk, and Brian does not deny calling Jo Ellen's job. He says that she had been spreading stuff about him and that his intent was not to get her fired. And I was kind of like, well, then what was your intent? Because if I don't work somewhere and I call about an employee and I want to make a complaint and say that to the employee, what do you expect to come from that complaint? I don't have any likes or dislikes for Jo Ellen yet. I think it's still too soon to know how I feel about most of the cast. But what I do know is her telling people about Brian's choice to cheat on his wife has nothing to do with her job performance. Just doesn't. The two don't connect. The world of this show and her job should not connect at all. The fact that he made it connect, I don't think that's okay. I thought that was rude and very Karen-like of this man to do. Because why are we calling people's jobs? Because you're mad that you fucked up?
Caught? Yeah, you got caught. Yeah, like
you stole from the collection plate, sir.
Right.
Nobody else. And you
so
can
now
call
you want, yeah. So now you want to punish this lady because she got the evidence of you cheating for however long you were doing it. So you mad that you got caught, but you ain't mad because you cheated. Make that make sense.
He hasn't even expressed caring that
remorse. He didn't like that he hurt her. He was mad that I called your job because you blew up my spot. How dare you sit up there and and share all that information with people about me cheating on my wife that I don't give a fuck about right now in this moment.
And Rula looked confused hearing
She
that.
did.
It's like,
She
okay,
did.
Brian did this. So the fact that this is why I say Joellen's a little messed up. I thought when they separated, they were like, okay, let's go talk. I thought the men were going to go talk one place and the women were going to go elsewhere. And I think that would have been better because Joellen, you're saying these things and your problems with Brian, but Rula's kind of taking shots, stray shots in the meantime. It's just a mess. I did feel for Rula because it's like, damn, your husband and your friend and your friend's husband, everyone's coming at each other and they're all saying stuff that really only hurts one person, and that's Rula. There's just a lack of accountability on both sides, but there's a bigger lack of accountability with Brian, and it definitely shows.
Yeah.
Child, it goes from bad to worse because Rula did ask Joellen, I understand that this is what my husband did. She did acknowledge that, but she said, but could you please not talk about it? And Joellen and her husband, and Rula said that nicely, instead of saying, okay, from this point forward, we won't talk about it, they say to her that Joellen says she promises on her kids that he is still cheating. They just asked you not to talk about it. He's admitted what he's done. He said it wasn't his intent, which we know is a lie. But at least he admitted to what he has done. You have been vindicated, Joellen. So why are you still sitting here telling us that this man is still cheating on his wife loudly at a party when her whole issue with you was you sharing the information of her cheating? Joellen, you would have had me and I would have been 100% on your side if you did not do that. Now, I appreciate it because you gave us a show, darling. Be messy. Yes. But I just know for a fact this is the type of woman where if the roles were reversed, she would have a problem with this. And I fucking hate people who do that. People who are only thinking about themselves and don't take a moment to think about how others perceive what they're doing or how others might feel about what they are doing. Joellen does that, and that's where she's wrong. However, Brian, you ain't shit.
Right?
He's horrible. Horrible.
And Rula, you was a fool.
A fool.
Like, you was a fool. Because ain't no way in hell you finna sit up here and actually play in my face, make it seem like you wasn't sorry for the shit that you did. Now it makes me wonder when you found out, what the fuck did you do?
Exactly.
What did you do when you found out? Because now I need to know. I wasn't even concerned because obviously you chose to forgive him. So I wouldn't even thought about this. But based on your reaction right now, and then the fact that you now telling them I don't want to hear it no more, then what the fuck happened when he confessed that he did it after getting caught and you having the evidence and information?
I don't think they talk. I really do not.
Me either.
I don't think they talk. You could tell when they were like in the car.
It gives power dynamic.
Joellen said all of that, and then she says, well, I'm not trying to hurt you, Rula. My issues with Brian. It's like, but you're hurting and embarrassing Rula while trying to come at Brian. Why don't you call his job back if that's such a problem?
That's what well, he owns his own practice, so she can't do that.
Okay. Well, if he owns his own, call the fucking medical board, bitch. But you've exposed him, relax and let it go at this point. Like Joellen, I see now a struggle with her on television in general. For all the seasons she may be here, I think her struggle will be knowing when to be quiet and put it down.
Yes, absolutely.
Because if she would have put it down and let it go, I'm still on her side, but I would have been confidently on her side. But she's moving so messy that it makes things a little difficult. But child,
not only is she moving messy, it's like you are moving out of vengeance that realistically does not belong to Rula. It belongs to her husband. And I think you putting her in the middle of that, that's what makes it unfair. Because Rula didn't tell him to go out there and cheat, get caught, and then bring it to her. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of
I hope Joellen's husband never cheats, baby.
Me too. Because
the way she's acted, and we only 3 episodes in, and every single piece of mess that has happened in each episode, Joellen has been connected to. I pray that her husband is not wishy-washy and dating sisters. And I pray that nothing ever comes out or up about him. Because if you gonna stick your nose in somebody else's shit, you better make sure that yours don't stink. And I have a feeling she has not made sure of that. Plus, her husband looked at Brian and was like, "You affected my wife's ability. I need her to pay the bills." Oh, you need her to pay the bills. I peeped it.
I
People
peeped
may
that
think
too.
that was small, but I'm like, oh, you need her
No,
to pay?
you need her to pay the bills. Well, she
Okay.
said he paid the mortgage, she pay everything else.
In a big ass house like that, everything else could come out to just as much, if not more than the
If
mortgage.
not more, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So, how much is that mortgage, and how much is the utilities and the car payments and all that other shit?
The diapers, the clothes for the
The
kids
clothes,
that's
yeah,
growing,
yeah,
the
yeah. Like
food. Like, I
now I
know
need
you
some.
better
I
be
need some
paying more than
explanation.
that mortgage with all
Now
them kids.
I was about to say I need some explanation. Now you didn't opened up a can of worms, and instead of you just sitting there shutting your fucking mouth, now you didn't made it seem like you a bum. But
I'm
how much
just
is
saying.
that mortgage? That mortgage better be more than the utilities and everything else. That's all I know.
Yeah, that's how I got to set up with my husband. He pays the rent, which is a lot more. I handle the smaller things.
That's what I'm saying. But
God bless him.
that's within reason though, because
Yeah. We don't
some
have
men,
kids. If you
yeah,
have kids, then I'm looking
yeah,
like, what's going
yeah. What's going on? Because the mortgage, that's it. Like that's nothing compared to everyday life, groceries, kids eat.
on?
Shit.
Right. Who's paying the house insurance? Sometimes that's included, though. I believe in
Yeah,
California.
sometimes it is. Yeah, depending on how you have it set up. Because some people pay their property taxes annually. So yeah, it just depends.
Yeah, a lot of people in California do, which I don't understand. But
Because it's cheaper to do it.
yeah, yeah, it is. It's true. But still, it'd be a lot. But Rula says to Brian she wishes he was more defensive with them. And I kind of looked at Rula and I was like, I'm starting to see the issue. This
Yeah.
man is not interested and checked out. And that's why he has a mistress. It seems like Rula doesn't want to accept it and makes an effort. But when you get too far from each other, because she has her career, I think their connection and bond, honestly, is just broken. There was no affection. They didn't look at each other when they were speaking. And I'm kind of looking at her like, that's kind of unfair to ask him. How is he going to be more defensive? He did everything they accused him of.
Right.
He called the job. He emailed the job. He had a friend even try to contact the job. He cheated.
Yeah.
Every single thing that he was accused of, he has
He
done.
did. Yeah,
So he
I was
cannot be.
confused by that too. I was like, what do you okay. So what is he supposed to be defending exactly?
Also, Rula, I don't want my man unleashing on no woman. If a woman disrespects Mr. Best, he knows that the one he married, he can call. There's been some women that have disrespected Mr. Best that he probably ain't called me because he knows his is fucking crazy. But I don't want my husband going off on no female. My husband's mom also told me she was very big on her kids. Like Kathy was big. Shout out to Kathy because she subscribes and watches often. She usually watches our replay. But she was very big on she will stop at a door and just stand there and hold up anybody trying to get in it, hold up me, everybody, and just stand there until her son comes to get it. I used to wonder about that when I would be out with them and first met them. She will literally stop and I'll see Josiah trying to run, Mr. Best, like, let me get this dough. Or she start tripping. But she's very big on teaching her sons, RIP to my brother-in-law, but she was very big on teaching them to be respectful with women and to behave like men with women and not like bitches. And I appreciate her for that. Rula, why would you want your man to argue with a woman? James would probably call me before he argued with a woman. He said, I ain't doing it, but I got something for your ass, bitch, in his head. And he gonna be like, friend.
Oh yeah, like when I tell you, I don't argue with women.
You will
Like
not do it.
not a disrespectful argument. Now, if it's like a professional disagreement, then maybe I will do it. Like maybe I will. But no, I'm kind of my mom is the same way. She would not let me argue with a woman, especially a black woman. No, she said, "Come get me, mama, get her later." That's what she would tell me.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's how my family was too. I was raised by my dad. So any man you love or care about, if they call you because a bitch getting crazy, just know it might take me a couple hours to get to you, but I'll come. Lord help us. But hopefully Rula figures things out. But yeah, you shouldn't want your man to be arguing and unleashing and being defensive with the woman. Like, no. But next thing we see is Kelsey and Liz at this party. Now, Kelsey was drunk. Everybody was drunk at this point.
yeah.
Okay. And Kelsey goes over to Liz and they're having a talk, and she mentions something about Dino and the rumors and like if that's the reason he's there. Which drunken mind, sober thoughts. And Kelsey had said that she was like, maybe Liz is bringing him here so that people will see like he gets along with Jerry, so it can't be that bad. That's all Kelsey said. Now, yes, Kelsey, I guess people could view it as messy, but she has a relationship with Liz. She was listed and named and introduced as one of Liz's besties. So, I didn't understand it, but Liz got upset, ran upstairs going off, telling Kelsey to fuck off. White people love saying that. Fuck off. Fuck off. Like, Lord. But Liz ran upstairs trying to help her. I was hollering at the picture of the cat in the wig saying, "Do not enter" on the damn door. I didn't like the decoration of that bedroom that she was in either. It was weird, like just the
It's like
structural.
her outside looked better than her inside, and I don't know
It
how the fuck
does.
you do that.
It does.
Like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Her decor is very medieval, and I
Odd.
do not like it. But her outside, like her patio area, her pool area, is
Beautiful.
absolutely stunning. Like, I have to give that to her. I understand why she entertains
Because
outside. I
that
do.
bedroom looked like a damn attic.
Yeah.
It did. It did. And she only went up one flight of stairs. But Liz had a meltdown in the closet. We just heard her going off about Kelsey. Kelsey eventually walked away. The other ladies they cracked me up because that's me and James. If some drama happened, but we know ain't nobody really gonna hit each other or do too much.
Right.
Let's just go out of here to say got nothing to do with us, friends. Mosey.
Let's be
We're real
quiet.
good at avoiding bullshit.
Yep.
But the episode ends with Liz going off about Kelsey asking her about the rumor. All I'm gonna say is, baby, if there is no truth to this rumor, then why does the smoke cloud keep getting bigger? That's all I want to know. Why are you so upset if this is not true? Why are you mad? That's
And then
all
you
it
mad
is.
at the right. Then you mad at the wrong motherfucker. Like, you mad at the wrong motherfucker. You needed to be mad at Alicia for even giving this energy in the first fucking place and making it be known to people, because it seemed like nobody else really knew about it until she read that little piece of paper. So I feel like you need to be mad at Alicia for bringing that shit out there. Don't get mad at Kelsey because Kelsey now has questions about it, or Kelsey's trying to say don't give it no energy, or why would he be here if there's rumors. Like, what are you trying to prove? Like, I would have those same questions. So I actually wasn't mad at. I know a lot of people were mad at Kelsey and called her messy. It was lightweight messy, but at the same time, why ain't nobody mad at Alicia?
Fair. Very fair.
Yeah.
Very, very fair. I mean, that's a fair question. People should be mad at Alicia because this is where that came from. You
Yeah.
cannot get mad at one friend while forgiving the other. But Liz also gives me somebody who goes off and does too much. And then the next day, when she talks about it with her friends, no big deal. Don't
No big
even
deal,
worry
girl.
about
That was the
it.
vodka talk, and yeah, she give
I
me one of
saw on
them.
Instagram you went to the park though on Saturday. How was that? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, you
It's like,
just had a
you
whole.
just cussed me out 2 days ago. Now you asking me about Instagram, the park and shit. What the hell going on? You just cussed my ass out, told me I need to fuck off. What?
Liz,
Yeah, I
you
can't
Gen
handle.
X, as
Yeah,
Miss Sandra said. Let me tell you this. I have friends who do that. We have one of them that's mutual. One of them who, when James came to California, I was like, "You want to see her?" He said, "I'm not ready." Listen, some people you just got to ignore or walk away from. And if this is how Liz moves, I would encourage Kelsey to walk away. But based on Kelsey's choices and discernment, I don't think that she will.
nope.
But I really also think that this was just alcohol taking over.
Me
This
too.
is why y'all need to learn how to smoke weed if you in a state where it's legal. This don't happen when you passing a blunt around, but when you passing the Don Julio 1942, the Casamigos pour it in my cup. When you're passing all this liquor around, y'all, it's a problem. When you ever went to an event with Halloween and heard a problem? You don't. You just don't. I'm just saying. Because look at how people was stumbling up and down them stairs. She was slurring her words, drinking. Her husband was so fucked up, he didn't even realize his wife ran right past him up the stairs in tears. I mean, she ran past him and
Nah,
Nino.
these people crazy as hell. Let me tell y'all, they giving though. That's one thing about it. They are giving.
I'm entertained. And the only reason I actually thought, I said, let me cover this show. I covered New Jersey and it went away and it took years to come back. In addition to covering New Jersey, I said, if James could do them colorless on Salt Lake City, what's the worst that could happen?
Right.
And it's giving. It is
It's,
giving much
it's
sooner. So
giving more than what I needed it to give. Lord Jesus, I can't even keep up.
I hope they keep up with the momentum, and seeing the way that Rhode Island is giving and how well it was received. I do understand why they moved it to the Sunday night primetime slot, which is hard to get as a new series. It's very hard to get. I can understand why they did that. I can understand it. I wonder what they'll replace Beverly Hills with on Thursdays. Curious. What comes next? I don't even know what show will come after Beverly Hills, because Beverly Hills will be gone next week as well. But that's really it for Rhode Island. Nothing else happened this episode. Liz had a meltdown. My next live will not be until Wednesday. I'll be doing Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I will be doing it early because I have a couple of doctor's appointments and a lecture for school. So we'll be live at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta this week. I did also post the schedule so you can see all the videos and the schedules that they will drop. Tomorrow, there'll be 2 video drops. I'm going to have my regular 90 Day Fiancé, the single life video drop. I think that drops at like 4:30. And then in the early afternoon or the morning, I'm going to have a video for Age of Attraction drop. Other than that, James, when is your next live?
My next live will be on Saturday. We will be live for Bell Collective Birmingham, and also we'll be live on our joint channel, Watch Your Best Friend. So yes, that's all we have for Saturday. So that's my next live.
Okie dokie. Tap into James's channel. He's Bell Collective Birmingham, as well as the regular Bell Collective Love and Marriage Huntsville. Those all happen on Saturday and Sundays. We'll also have the Watch Your Best Friends live, as he stated, but we appreciate everybody for staying here. I'm going to go eat. Have a good night at work to James. And we will see everybody next time. Au revoir.